Welcome back, everybody, to the Arkansas State Red Wolves Dynasty. We begin the second half of Season 2 today. We've got two more games today. We're going to start with Louisiana Tech and then take on Troy on Halloween. The last matchup didn't go well for us, but we also were missing one of our most productive players for most of the game in Bo Jackson, who could only handle 3 carries, but should be more at full strength for today. One player I thought stood out last episode was linebacker Alexander Kilgore, who is the best run-stopping linebacker on this team. He forced a fumble in that matchup, helped us get our only takeaway of the game, and had a season-high 16 tackles. But I think today our pass defense is going to be the story, whether we win or lose. Louisiana Tech has one of the most productive passing games in the Sun Belt. I went over a lot of the leading receivers, passers, and rushers at the end of last episode, and Louisiana Tech has one of the better passing games, and they're brand new to the Sun Belt, so we have not seen them before. Quarterback Blake Baker, not great on the run. We'll see if we can dial up the pressure and force him to make throws where he's not comfortable. Wide receiver Jalen Mickens is one of the top receivers in the Sun Belt this season, but he's only a 72 overall. We'll see if our secondary can match up and slow down his success. Here is La Tech's roster breakdown as they come in 4-3 and already have played 5 games in the Sun Belt. Top players are tight end Michael Masunis, then their 2 running backs they'll use, followed by one of the better kickers perhaps in the Sun Belt, Josh Armour. And coming off of a game where we didn't throw the ball that well, this is a secondary I hope we can get things right against. And we've got some rain as we head on the road this week. And given Ricky Collins' inconsistency throwing the football, I think first thing that comes to mind is, will we end up seeing a lot more missed throws? And will this have to be a game where we're more balanced and get more out of the run game? It's time to get the second half of the year underway, and D'Angelo Cooks will take this kick, and there is not a lot of blocking leading the way. Can we get this offense to a strong start now in our 7th game of year 2? Bo Jackson gets the start at running back, and we'll open with him. Bo nearly got through there for a big one, gain of 4. And a second straight carry, he'll get 3. Hudson Clement in motion on 3rd down as we'll head to the air. Clement off to a better start this week. He struggled to come up with contested catches in the last game. Clement on the bubble screen. He gets by the defender into plus territory on his second catch. And we'll see if we can manage the wear and tear a little more efficiently with Bo Jackson. Maybe spacing out his carries a little bit as Bo makes a man miss. Looks more like himself today. Maybe spacing out the carries will make the wear and tear not accrue so quickly. In theory, that may work. And adjusting in midair is Houston Thomas, incomplete. 3rd and 1. Bo! Wow, overpowered in the backfield by KJ Miles. Loss of 3 on the play, and we leave the offense on. A lot of 4th down tries from the offense, and now Collins throwing. Caught! Aiden Williams 1st down. From the 30, and Thomas. No. Can't make the tough play, so again, 3rd down, Arkansas State. Hawkins in the game at running back. Blitz is coming. Batted away from Aiden Williams. This might be pushing it a little bit, but Clune Van Andel, 47-yard try now. Into some wind. Got it up. Kick is good. So I think we come into this game wanting to throw because last game just was a mess and you want to get things better. But that's just the way Louisiana Tech plays. So I think with the rainy conditions, if we can get aggressive, I think we can force a couple turnovers in this game. I think we're going to come out aggressive, and until they can show us that we need to back off the blitzing and the aggressiveness, we're going to try to make their life pretty tough today. Play action. That one's off the mark. We're 1 for 1. On second down, there's better protection, and coming across the middle, a catch and run to the 40. Dedrick Latulis, I believe. A unique last name. I haven't seen it before. Louisiana Tech hurries to the line now. And they'll continue to throw with time. Latulis again, 9 yards. Long motion here from 38, Trevor Ford. And the blitz gets there. And Alexander Kilgore takes down Baker. Now, ahead of this third down, one thing I want to talk about defensively is I want to go away from as much cover 2. Looking at the last game and some of the plays we're giving up, that middle linebacker gets a lot of depth. And I think they're better about playing the deep middle in this game. And I think cover 2 is going to be less of a third down defense because of how much depth they get. I want to say in college football 25, they did not get nearly as much depth. So I prefer a lot more cover 6 as a way to not have the zones play too deep, but still we give it up. Third catch for Latulis. Motioning Masunis, the tight end, and here's a keeper, Blake Baker, taken down by Isaiah Hornsby, who I think continues to play really well. Had some really good coverage reps in the last game. He's always in the mix in tackling. Watch out for number 39. But now third down and 6. They will run it for the very first time. Not much for Andrew Burnett, but that signals they were thinking 4-down territory all along. And here we come. Arkansas State given time. Baker. It is incomplete. Turnover on downs. We're just trying to speed up the overall process of the quarterback. Now, the blitz was not anything impressive, but the man coverage down the field, not bad whatsoever. Who makes the play? Number 39, Isaiah Hornsby. I don't think there's a better DB on the team this year. Heavy pressure on the way. Collins, there's Clement, coming back to help his quarterback out. What a play. Long motion for Aiden Williams on second down. A bubble screen for him. Stiff arm and only one. Third down and 9. Collins, again Clement. Much better than last week's game where he was held under 20 yards. But I also think that 40 pass attempt games from Ricky Collins is not necessarily the best way for us to try to get wins. Here is Bo taking it down to the 21 on a 13-yard gain. My issue, though, is that combining this sub feature with what you get at the play call screen just doesn't work entirely. Okay, so you have to hit the square here. I think I figured something out here as Bo's going to run. So that feature is useful if you're making changes, for the next play. But I wanted to get the new running back in for this play, and so I had the halfback sub on. But it seems that the feature here overrides it unless you reset to starters, which obviously Hawkins is not a starter, but it's, allowing that play call option substitution to take over. Nice run by Hawkins as we wrap up the first quarter. First and goal. And throwing end zone with it. It's Ricky Collins to Houston Thomas. Touchdown, Arkansas State. He's a player I think we could afford to involve even more, which, if we do, would pretty much more evenly distribute the catches between 4 different players. But I think Thomas and his ability to make catches in traffic is something that can help separate him and give us something on third down. It sure helped us last episode on a couple instances. I haven't forgotten about that. And a really strong start for Arkansas State. They're up 10-0. Baker's taken down again by Hornsby. And more pressure coming. Baker over the middle. this is trouble! Beating the blitz! All the way, Trevor Ford, touchdown! Yeah, that's cover 0, man-to-man. I don't love it early in drives. I think we'll have to pocket that one and maybe run some zone blitzing instead. For our defense to be successful, we really can't afford to give up big plays early on drives. And just like that, a 10-7 ball game. Quick one here for Aiden Williams. Too much of a cushion outside. And Collins throwing again. There's some running room. It's Aiden Williams on the big catch and run. Could be some pressure on the way. They do send it. It is incomplete for Titus Mokiao Adimalala. And we'll see if the protection holds up now on 3rd and 10 as Collins overthrows a receiver in the middle. And we're going to attempt a long kick here. Would be, I think, a season or maybe even series long here for Clune Van Andel. But centered. Already hit one fairly deep kick. Needs some more strength, and this one's going to be wide left. I really don't know what to do with the kick meter on the road. Really just no clue at all. Screen on the outside. Louisiana Tech trying to take advantage. Here's time. Baker settles it and completes to Jalen Mickens, the leading receiver. And 3rd down and 7. Kilgore blitzing. Nice throw and catch. Here's an example now of when you're dropping some of these defensive linemen into coverage. So Devin Noteboom is going to drop here as we send just, it's a 4-man rush. It's just not the 4 you expect. Noteboom drops, and see, he doesn't get his eyes around here. And if you can't get your eyes on the ball, you can't make a play here in CFB 26. Here's a handoff. They don't do this very often, but keeping us honest with Simmons. Handoff to the right. Spinning through contact. 1st down, Andrew Burnett. Louisiana Tech empty as we rotate in Lorenzo Riggs and Max Souls. Throw is incomplete. Good coverage by Marcus Gorey Jr. We'll have another 4th down attempt, it appears. Baker calling the shots out of the shotgun. 4th and 4. Incomplete. Could not make the catch. Jalen Mickens. It's who they want down here. We blitz both linebackers, so he's going to sit it down. There's room, but the throw does come out high. Has to leave his feet. Can't make a clean catch. And 2 tight ends on the field for the Red Wolves to start this drive. Nice job, Bo, getting 4. Ricky Collins, quick throw. It's Javion Fricks. 1st down. Think already we're getting to the point where we have to keep an eye on the touches here for Bo Jackson. Great job leading him to the outside. Down to the 37 on carry number 10. Caught now with a 3rd and 12. Louisiana Tech wants the ball back. 3 receivers in the pattern against the pressure, and Collins sails it for Clement. Here's a handoff and a good start to this drive. A 10-yard run as we hit the warning. Play action, pressure's there, good throw, and this time caught by Mickens. Devin Noteboom now moving inside to rush from the interior. And there's some daylight for Baker, spins his way past Gorey, now to the 15 and stops. Somehow that worked. Now we have a minute to go in the 1st half. Baker, he's floating it right for Mickens and drops it in. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. They make up for the 4th down miscue on this beautiful touchdown. After 10 unanswered to open, 14 for the Bulldogs as they take the lead. Collins hooks up with Aiden Williams. We'll see what we can do with this final minute. We have all timeouts as well. D'Angelo Cooks is the running back on the field, and he's going to make a catch now and get the first down. Got to use a little more running back rotation because I feel like we have owned time of possession so far. Down goes Collins. Was not expecting the quick pressure, but he's going to come from wide, and the tackle just never even acknowledges him. Unblocked. 33 on the clock now, and again they got there. Ball is out, and the Bulldogs take it. He's going to be taken down at the 31-yard line. And the Bulldogs unleash the Hounds here at the end of the first half. And it's the same player here, Guidry. Again, he's just playing wide. And we got a running back on that side. D'Angelo Cooks, I guess he's taking the more inside, the player with the more inside path. But still, this is just easy money right here. 25 seconds, a chance to add on, and it's caught. He escapes down to the 10. What a first half for Blake Baker. Trevor Ford gets them set up. You can see us playing a lot of press coverage, trying to disrupt the timing of the quick game, which is helped when you can create pressure. Not much of it here. High throw, caught, made a move. Out of bounds, 12 seconds left. Bulldogs empty. 5-man pressure, it's complete, and he scores! Tight end, Michael Masunis. And the Bulldogs have rattled off 3 unanswered touchdowns. I love the way this game had unfolded, but the pass game for Louisiana Tech, you see why they are one of the best in the Sun Belt. And the newcomers are looking to move to 5-3. They lead by 11. A tale of two halves, all in this first half. As we'll wrap things up here and take it to the break, the defense has got to get things under control. I thought our coverage would hold up a bit better than it has. And that really begins with getting this second half off to a better start. We got to keep them out of the end zone. They'll start here with motion from Mickens. And they'll float it out his direction, and he'll get maybe one. Again, we've got Devin Noteboom playing inside this time. 3rd down and 5. He's double-teamed and put on the ground. And then the pressure does eventually force the bad pass. That's not a deep punt by any means. J.J. Harrell getting it to the 49. And we'll get started. A quick throw, adjusting Clement will get 9. And here's Bo. Got him rested toward the end of the first half, and now we definitely need him. Making an adjustment here at the line. Collins gets some air under it now. Clement, he pulls it in. Touchdown, Red Wolves. Normally used as a route running specialist underneath. It's a slot fade this time, and the best game this year we've seen from Hudson Clement. See this weird overload here on the left? Well, the call was inside zone that way. But looking outside, I'm not really thinking of that safety as being able to get over the top. He could, but I think on a slot fade we have the advantage. And when his first step is not to immediately get over the top, it's a 50-50 ball at that point. And Clement makes the catch on a perfect throw from Ricky Collins. It's always recommended here in these situations we just go for 2, but I think there's a lot of game left. I'm going to be content with the extra point in this case. Bulldogs lead by 4 and trying to establish the run to no avail. They've been spreading out this secondary all day long. Baker, he's going to take a vertical chance now, and it's batted away. Good play, James Reed. And again, we could have very good field position. Nice job holding those initial blocks as Harrell again sets us up at the 49. trying to get hurried up there to snap the ball, and we get a false start. See, I'm confused why we don't have Bo Jackson out there. It must be some auto sub slider I have that's aggressive. Yeah, we just had 2 false starts because now I'm making adjustments and we can't handle it with low time on the play clock. Not a great start. Now trying to counter a blitz, and it's Hawkins on the outside. Not a bad game. Motioning out. Clement pulls it down. Getting 6. And trying to recover this drive. 3rd and 8. Collins, he will get there himself. I adjusted the auto sub settings more aggressively. Bo Jackson is now out there, but 3rd down and 12. Blitz coming. Clement on the money. 8 catches on the day. I like that stuff like wear and tear has been introduced, but like it's something we have to like figure out how it works because we don't know what the numbers always refer to in the settings. It's confusing to try and like set up sliders when you don't get feedback and you just have to trial and error your way to the answer. 3rd down and 9, and Collins is going to roll. Find Bo Jackson, and he will not get there. And on 4th and 2, we are going to go. And he slipped. I thought he had slipped anyway. Thomas was the target. Ball just doesn't come out until too late. So there's a miscue for the Red Wolves. More Alexander Kilgore. You just can't run by this guy. 5-man pressure and caught. Here goes Mickens, and he spins away, taking it across the 40. Keeping this, Baker made 1 good play already with his legs. Now he makes a move and picks up 17. Right into Marcus Gorey Jr. That didn't work because we had called a cornerback blitz on that exact side. Play action. Baker, no one's open. And he throws it away, eventually pressured by Devin Noteboom. Long 3rd down now for the Bulldogs. They need to get to the 22-yard line. And again, good coverage downfield, and the check down is messy. And they're not about to attempt a long field goal. I forget in this direction if they're into the wind or not. But that looks to be a touchback. They're selling out to stop the run today. 30 seconds to play now, and wide open! Hudson Clement makes a move. You do not want to leave him one-on-one today. Here's Bo Jackson cutting downhill on his way to a 1st down gain. To the air on 2nd down. Wow, nice play there. 18 locked on to Aiden Williams. And it sets up a 3rd down. Thomas, a little short. It's 4th down. That's a full yard to go as well. We got power on power. Running this into the Bulldog front. He didn't get it. 56 is going to pull to the left here. And we end up with 2 players right in the face of Bo Jackson. I think we have to be a little more willing to go out on the edge. I think that's worked a little bit better today. Now dump short. Good tackle. Baker faking. Hitting the short throw. Very close to the 1st. They just come out in their goal line personnel this time. They got Burnett. Oh! And he didn't get it! Stuffed on the sneak by Corey Sigler. And short yardage has just been a strange game today. Both teams have hit big plays, but when it comes time when you need 2 or 3, hasn't been easy to create those. J.J. Harold now with a shifty return and a good run back to the 37. Arkansas State setting up the screen. Jackson gets a block and will head out of bounds into Bulldog territory. Here's a sweep. Jackson gonna outrun him to the edge and head out of bounds again with 8. Hawkins the running back, and he'll try the outside. First down. About 6 minutes to go in the game. Off the hands of Hawkins, incomplete. 4 receivers now in the game. Third down and 13. Heavy pressure. Overthrown for Aiden Williams, and that would have likely been a first down. One thing I wish they would do is make that sub-menu just an option to pull up as well on the play call screen, because having to, like, make your changes a play in advance is kind of clunky. And there are situations where I want to be able to make changes, and if that menu is overruling it and I can't change until I call the play, it's kind of a flaw in this iteration of it. Back to pass, and Baker, he throws incomplete. Well covered, James Reed. 3rd and 6, Louisiana Tech. Baker, short throw, Mickens is there, and it's a conversion. This is a Wildcat look now. They're going to line up, and that is Trevor Ford, the Wildcat quarterback. He's going to run a counter and gets outside and then steps out. He did get the first, but he left some meat on the bone that time. He had a chance to maybe run that one all the way. Here's a sweep to the right now. Play fake. Baker on the money. It's open. Bringing down the safety, Luke Wisham now. 1st and 10, under 4 minutes to go. Unblocked. Down he goes. For now, out of field goal range. 3 and change left to play. 2nd down and 17. Now the 4-man rush isn't nearly enough, and the ball is knocked loose. Marcus Gorey makes it 3rd and 17 as Baker has time outside the numbers, out of bounds, only getting 3. Great job by the defense here in the second half. We've made all the necessary corrections. This is going to come down to the offense now. Under 3 minutes to go, trailing by 4. 3 receivers on the field. Jackson, not much there. Feeding Clement again, but run down on a short catch. And that brings us to 3rd and 6 as we've hit the 2-minute warning. And this is certainly going to be 4-down territory now. And here's Collins over the head of TMA. They are not showing pressure on this 4th down. Big play. Throw goes to Williams. Flag down. He got it. The play worked. And they're going to get us on a penalty. It's the right guard, Austin Woods, with the holding call. Absolutely brutal. They only send 4, and he really didn't need to hold like that. We are going for it. We could choose to punt. We can handle a field goal if it's a turnover on downs, though, and we're going to leave the offense on. Play clock winding down. There is some pressure on the way. And Collins, downfield. Clement, no! Was hoping to find some space downfield, and it's incomplete. I suppose you could try to make a late case here at scrambling, but then this defender is going to immediately crash down. You're going to have to make someone miss. But what happens here is he ends up carrying Clement, and this all opens up Aiden Williams. And I just really never thought of him at that point in the play. They don't run much, but I anticipate they're going to try to run the game out here. 1st and 10, Louisiana Tech. Running this one, and a good gain of 4. Burnett, the running back. It's a keeper, though, and we wrap up Baker. Loss of 3. In the back of my head, I just think, are they crazy enough to throw it here? Would they do it to go for the win? 3rd and 9 Bulldogs. Heavy motion, followed by a run, and we will use all 3 timeouts. Short kick. It is good. Louisiana Tech leads it 24-17. And we find ourselves in a desperate spot at the end of the game once again, the 2nd straight week. We have considerably more time in this instance, as Harrell's going to run this back and get us a good starting field position of the 36-yard line. And here we go at 3-3, Arkansas State with the game on the line. Collins throwing, batted down. Heading to the air, Collins throwing, outside the numbers, nice play, TMA. I've been nervous on some of these throws to the boundary. They're just longer throws, and they're tougher to make, especially in these conditions. So a minute to go now. Not bringing a lot of pressure. And Thomas is overthrown. And he ran the right route, too. This is a tight end option route. And I got to say, it's getting easier to trust these when he's got the right leverage here. Break outside. Collins just cannot put it on him. 55 seconds on the clock now. Collins stepping up and now running with it, trying to get the first down. He was unable to, so the clock is still moving. And we've got a 4th down in inches. 40 seconds left. Inside run. Bo has it. And now we're going to hurry back to the line. Collins clocks it with 32 to go. Look how deep those safeties are playing now. They do not want anything to get in behind them. Back to pass. Williams. Incomplete. Down to 28 seconds to play. Over the middle and sailed. And it comes down to another 4th. They got 3 safeties there standing at the end zone. And the pass from Collins. Caught Bo Jackson. And he goes down now, 19 seconds left. We're going to hurry it up again. And now Collins will clock it with 16. And we're looking for a way to get this in the end zone now. Not much time remaining. Collins over the middle and batted away. Williams off the field. Everybody's getting tired now. End zone. Harrell. No, it's broken up. J.J. Harrell had a chance. And this was a good look, too, because right as he and the defender turn around, he's got the advantage, but cannot hold on to it. And so we've got one final play with 5 seconds left. This is for it all here. And Collins in the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to go for the big tight end, Houston Thomas. And Louisiana Tech holds on for a really hard-fought win, 24-17. I think that was a phenomenal game. You really never knew if there was going to be a big play by the offense, a key play from the defense. We stepped up big in the second half, but so did their defense. Overall, we went forward on 4th down 7 times, converting 3 of them. Blake Baker, 295 yards. He throws for 3 touchdowns. They didn't run the football very much, and he was their leading rusher. But Jalen Mickens, 7 for 71 with a touchdown. Big catch as well, 77 yards to Trevor Ford. That got them started. Dedrick Latulis had like 4 or 5 catches on the opening drive and then was pretty quiet afterwards. And for us, you know, had to throw it a lot more than I wanted to in this game. 48 pass attempts, only 50% completion, 2 touchdowns for Ricky Collins. 80 yards on the ground for Bo Jackson. Had a lot of trouble trying to get a run game going inside. And then when we've had to use Cedric Hawkins as the RB2, he has just not been anywhere close to Jackson's efficiency. And so anytime Jackson isn't out there, the run game is pretty non-existent. I think the easiest way to rectify that is probably to use Collins more in the run game. Hudson Clement, truly a great performance for him. 10 catches, 150 yards. But we just could not make the big plays in the second half. Kilgore had 15 tackles, 2 sacks on the defense. That one hurts as we fall to 3-4. Result aside, though, that's just I thought a really good game of football. And the sliders are in a good spot when you're getting like a true back and forth battle. The offense can make big plays, but so can the defense. On any given play, you feel anything could happen. So if you're interested in these sliders, it's Mat 10 set with a couple of my personal tweaks. I like to go and move sliders to the left or right, 1 or 2 points at times. And I'm getting the most fun games that I believe I've had in college football 26. It's been a really good time. But Sun Belt play just has not been kind to us in this series whatsoever. We fall to 1-2 as we got some visits now coming up. This is a very critical week, on the field and off the field for Arkansas State. Hudson Clement is named Sun Belt Offensive Player of the Week. Taking a look at the recruiting board. Oh, Colorado is now in the mix for Damar Alba, and we'll see where this battle goes. We finally have competition there. Dylan Boykins just had a really positive visit, it looks like, with Memphis, but now he visits us. We have a chance to wrap this battle up. David Asper is also visiting this week, and that could leapfrog us and give us a chance to win the battle. His visit with Northern Illinois isn't until week 11. We hope the battle doesn't go that far. But what happened here? Because Matthias Cherry was meant to visit this week, be a complimentary visit with Dylan Boykins, and Troy, because of a visit, just got him. That visit must have gone extremely well, and Troy happens to be our next opponent. So, to put all that effort into this battle and lose. Hugh Souls just gave Georgia Southern a massive boost. We are getting so unlucky on these visits. I mean, how well could that have possibly gone? I think we're probably out there as a result. Then we're locked out here as Kiki Kiaho has narrowed it down to his top 2 teams. We're feeling that difficulty here as a 1-star team, but also I think that the visits are just not helping us whatsoever. So Troy, they just beat Louisiana 43-27. A good Louisiana team, man. Ragin' Cajuns just couldn't show up defensively. Are you kidding me? And that just cost us one of our key offensive line targets. Hugh Souls was a player I really wanted, but now I see the writing is on the wall. He's going to go to Georgia Southern, it appears, and we're going to remove all of our points. I want to schedule a visit with Stephen Harris, and we can't do it until week 12, but I don't want to risk a team getting into this battle late. The issue is that our visit pitches are not that strong. I thought our top 3 was better for Stephen Harris, but clearly it's nothing special. I suppose you could try to, sway and then visit based off of the sway. Is that necessary? Sway costs 30. I'm not going to do that because I want to be able to still hard sell. According to the calculator, hard selling is still the move here, but clearly it is not a very strong hard sell. Do you go 20 soft sell, try to sway into playing time or proximity to home, and then visit based off of that? That might be me trying to be a little too big brain there. We're just going to set up a visit based off of playing style and maybe have a chance to make it complimentary as a bonus because we have another receiver on the board. I don't have to do a visit here for Pierre Shembo. This battle looks pretty easy. And given now we have some competition here with Alba, got to make sure we can wrap this one up. We're going to increase the points on Stefan Diggs. Getting interior defensive lineman is definitely a need, and he's got versatility that could prove to be very useful. Hoping that's his pitch, because if so, it's a very strong one. And the only cornerback I was aggressively targeting is now out of the question. I'm still not a huge fan of who's on the board, but consider like 38th ranked cornerback. If I'm not happy there, at this point, a top 30 cornerback in the class is not going to be available most likely. So despite there needing to be a lot of development with a guy like Trevor Love, I think we just need to try to win this battle now. Overall, this is a very bad week for us in recruiting, and there's really nothing we could have done about it. Just the way it goes sometimes. And we'll have to see if Colorado makes an aggressive push for Alba. And so, with back-to-back losses and then what happened this week in recruiting, we are in desperate need of some wins on this team. We have recruits set to visit now as we play a primetime game that appears to be nationally televised against Troy. These games are important for our brand exposure, so just by having it, it'll be a plus. I don't know how to get a game of the week necessarily, if that's like only one per conference or how that works out. Troy is one of those teams that defeated us last year 31-24. I think they've got more talent than a lot of the teams that we've faced, and a lot of it is concentrated at running back. This is the dream. Should I leave Arkansas State for the Troy job? Look at this depth chart. Mojo Dortch, 86 overall, all that running back talent, but they're missing their top quarterback, Malachi Singleton. So insert Tucker Kilcrease. Kilcrease is a senior quarterback. He has better short accuracy than deep. Again, struggles under pressure, but that was the issue with the quarterback we just faced, and we didn't create enough pressure throughout the game. Wasn't for a lack of trying, of course. The right side of their line is strongest. E.J. Harris is a 60 or an 82 overall right guard, and I think it says he's an All-American. So this is one of the better offensive linemen than in the conference. Wow. The left side of their line, though, not nearly as strong. Malik Ellis is the left tackle. He's solid. But defensively, this team isn't quite as impressive, especially at defensive tackle. Last game, we just struggled to run inside, but here where they have 3 freshmen and a junior, and the junior's hurt, it's just all unproven freshmen. We got to put these guys to the test. I hope y'all are enjoying the video. If you are, please subscribe to the channel for much more Arkansas State Dynasty. Leaving a like would also be a help to the series, and also leaving a comment down below. Tell me what you're liking, what players you're enjoying watching most, what I have to improve so we can actually get some wins, because now we're 3-4, and I know we have a couple really tough Sun Belt games on the horizon, including this one. Prime time Red Wolves action. That's what's coming your way this time. Back at home to try and even our record before the final push for bowl eligibility. Defense up first for the Red Wolves as Clune Van Andel gets us underway. And it's fielded by Cam Wallace and returned up to the 22-yard line. Thought our defense did a really good job in the second half of that last game, and hopefully we can play a more complete game this time around. That was just such a fun, hard-fought game. We got visits too. Recruits are in attendance watching this primetime showdown in the Sun Belt. Perhaps previewing their next stop as, Alexander Kilgore just laid out running back Marquise Davis. Again, the quarterback is the QB2, Tucker Kilcrease. Regular starter for them is out. Play action and throwing on target, but Evan Brown forces the drop. 3rd and 8. Kilgore blitzing. It's off the mark. That's how it's done. Very quick work on that first possession. J.J. Harrell around the first man across the 40. And I thought the offense looked a lot better overall in that last game, and the conditions certainly made it tough. I'm excited to see how we follow it up as Bo Jackson to the left of Ricky Collins receives the handoff, and he'll gash the defense straight away with a gain of 12. Running for the second time. Williams downfield throwing blocks, and Jackson gets another first down. Again, they have very young defensive tackles. We're going to force them to step up as we'll run it 3 straight times. Another carry. Hawkins now. Open path to the end zone. He'll take it in. 33-yard touchdown. And the Red Wolves strike quickly. And just watch this play unfold here up front. All 5 linemen just doing a phenomenal job, along with Houston Thomas and Aiden Williams. Here's a run, and the play is made. I didn't realize on our field here they make the Sun Belt logos the same as our jersey color scheme. I like that. That's cool. Play action. Watch out now when he's taken off. Kill crease. Made something out of nothing. And now 3rd and 2. Running this one past the blitzing safety who eventually recovers. Wisham makes the play. Can't ask for much more than this in the first few minutes. And looking to set up good field position again, J.J. Harrell. Jackson following a block of Fricks. No gain that time. And we're set up on 3rd down and 7. First drop back of the day. It is incomplete for TMA. 1 rating I think I want to put a little extra attention on. Catching traffic. We're put into a lot of those situations, and we could be a lot better at them. Keeper. Kilcrease is running this. And already seeing that twice, I think we have to focus on forcing him to hand it off. Hand off. Nice running by Marquise Davis. Back to pass. Kilcrease slings it downfield. Nice job beating the cover 3 look. Giving this one now to the second running back, Cam Wallace, 7 yards. It's 3rd down. 5-man pressure. He's sacked by Quincy Wright. Come on, Stadium Pulse. We got work to do here. 51-yard field goal try. On the road. The kick is short. He missed it. No good. We'll take over at the 34-yard line, and Bo Jackson gets funneled for a loss of 1. Heading to the air. Houston Thomas, he reels it in and picks up a first down. Every first down has been a run so far, but now they're starting to play it better. Again, attacking inside. Big run, Bo Jackson trying to break it out. Taken down at the 35. Final seconds ticking off here in the first quarter. Collins, Williams, no. 3rd down. Hawkins to the edge. Upfield for 1. Already running for 88 yards in the first quarter. Loon Van Andel is sent out now. Kick is up, nearly blocked, and a 10-0 Arkansas State lead. I would have maybe considered going for it on that 4th down if it were a little bit closer. Played it pretty safe there with a 3rd and 5 run. But I'm happy taking the points there and just trying not to get beat by being greedy, as has happened many times already this year. That ball's out quick as Troy tries to get a drive established. Blitzing Kilcrease. He can't get away. Down he goes. It's Hornsby. We blitz them to get to 3rd and 10. Crank up the pressure again, and the ball is out. Picked up by Troy. What a start for this defense. We've unleashed the pass rush, and we're not letting up anytime soon. We're sending both linebackers this time, trying to create havoc up front. I mean, they got 3 guys trying to focus on Quincy Wright here. I guess the running back is trying to leak out. but come on. Cross dog blitz. Both linebackers end up meeting him there. That's another forced fumble they credit to Alexander Kilgore. And when the defense is playing well, we continue to get good field position. Just got to make the most of it. This is also where I think that the lack of running back depth really hurts, because Bo Jackson's already handled 8 carries in the game, so clearly time to get Hawkins in there. But as I've talked about, we have not been as efficient. He had the nice breakaway touchdown, that's phenomenal, but running is about wearing them out and consistency, not just popping the explosive play every now and again. Hawkins will carry again, getting 5. 3rd down now, and caught by TMA. See them go single high now, protecting against the running that we've been doing on 1st down, but not this time. Collins for Clement. Incomplete. Safety creeping down now on 3rd down. He is blitzing, and Collins finds Clement. 1st down. Oh boy, the backside unblocked defender just made that play with ease. Actually behind the sticks now as they continue to try to bring pressure. And we'll just try to make sure we're not making too many mistakes. 3rd down and 7. Ball is out. There's Clement over the middle. Another 1st. 1st down. Hawkins again running this down to the 8. Bo Jackson's in the game now and brings us to the 4. Hawkins returns on 3rd down and gets met, losing 1. We'll continue to play it pretty safely here. Clune Van Andel drills it for a 13-0 lead. All this running has moved the game along pretty quickly, already inside 4 minutes to play in the 1st half. As Troy has time, and that's a dangerous overthrow. Gilcrease under pressure, wrapped up. Quincy Wright. Their drives have not lasted very long. Good protection now. Gilcrease, he's just going to run and not very far. Hawkins running to start this drive as he's now ran 10 times already. Bo Jackson in the game. Here could be a big one. He's running away and taken down inside the 10. He's carried 10 times. Hawkins has carried 10 times. Where are the answers for the Trojan defense? Sweeping outside. Here's Bo Jackson working his way down to the 1. Jackson carrying and moving the pile just enough. He's got the touchdown. It's been all Red Wolves here in prime time. Just could not draw up a much better 1st half. Wait, it's going to be a throw. Van Andel trying to go up 21. It's get batted away from Houston Thomas. I'm not sure they've gotten across the 50 until this play right here, and the tackle is eventually made. Darion Bryant gives Troy their best play of the 1st half. Desperate for points of any kind now. Over the middle. Complete to Roman Mothershed. 54 seconds on the clock. They handle the blitz better. Get the pass over the middle. And spinning inside the 10. Now it's Mojo Dortch, the top receiver who's been very quiet to this point. A keeper. It is heading outside. Gilcrease. Touchdown. And Troy has found the scoreboard. So how aggressive do you get with 41 seconds and 3 timeouts? I don't think you want to waste this possession. Rolling Collins. And keeping on an 11-yard scramble. We haven't thrown it that much, so it's not like we have a 1st half of information that we've learned. Just kind of have to run some plays. Wow, that was impressive. Batted down. Playing very soft. And again, Thomas sits it down. First down, Arkansas State. Back to pass. Collins for Aiden Williams, looking for help. First down. Check down to Bo Jackson. This one, though, not going to stop the clock. Yeah, you'd like to take some chances at the end zone here, but when they got 3 safeties sitting in it, you're probably not getting a one-on-one, and it's just not worth the risk. Bo Jackson out of bounds at the 20. And we'll just call on the field goal team now. They marched down to get 7, but we're going to get 3 right back. Very good first half for Arkansas State. Our plan was well executed. We have gashed them in the running game. Bo Jackson having one of his best games on the season. And with our lead, we should be able to do a lot more of this. And we have the ball to begin the second half. And it'll be a quick throw. This is going to be Clement, and he's got a chance. He'll take it across the 50. Fast start. Here's Jackson on the inside. Give. And a 100-yard day is clinched. Second down and 8. Here's a screen. Now Aiden Williams in a foot race. Spinning. Keeping his balance. And he's down to the 6. Sweeping. Jackson. There is a penalty marker. We'll get backed up. Hawkins, the running back now. Goal to go. And wide open, touchdown, Houston Thomas. Linebacker out of position. It's a 2-touchdown day. We decided to kick it a little more old school here in this matchup. Just some smash mouth running, throwing it to the tight end in the red zone. Back to the basics. Now, are we going to see the Troy offense pick up where that touchdown drive left off? Or will they struggle to make this interesting in the second half? Kill crease. Wrapped up. Down he goes. That's Malachi Whedon. Kill crease facing third down. At the sticks. Maybe a little short of it. Jackson Worley stopped shy. Why change the plan? D'Angelo Cooks fights through a tackle and gets 5. Troy scrambling for answers. Third down and 2. That's a play fake. Collins will keep it and put the ball on the ground. And eventually it's picked up by Houston Thomas. Why is this starting to feel a little bit like the Buffalo Dynasty? Third down for Arkansas State. And Collins throws complete, but Williams is short. We've gone for fourth down how many times today? 4th and 1. Why isn't it working? And we held. We should hold better. Or a legal block in the back. So Troy capitalized when we missed the 2-point attempt. Now we missed the 4th down attempt. Nice open field stop by Kilgore. And now Kilcrease fits it in on the throw. Roman Mothershed. Converting third downs has been challenging. 3rd and 5 now for Tucker Kilcrease. He's given time. And it's caught. Evan Brown tried to leap in front and just missed the ball. It's a blitz on third down, but wide open. The tight end left alone. It's Worley. The fourth quarter is underway. Trailing by 22. Nice tackle, Luke Wisham. Touchdown here makes things interesting, but these 7 yards aren't going to come easy. Trying to bring some motion now, manipulate the defense, and all it does is cost him 4 yards. 3rd and goal. To the middle, and it is a touchdown. He crossed the face of Aaron Alexander, had just enough room to cut it up. Roman Mothershed trying to keep Troy in the game. So, critical 2-point try. Trailing by 16. It's dumped outside. Down he goes. And so they do have a 2-score, lead to overcome, but it's a very difficult one. Running with Hawkins to start the drive. He'll try the outside. Gain of 3. Cook's also rotating in more. And a gain of 4. Big third down for Troy. Looking for a chance. Thomas not giving them that chance. Now another opportunity facing 3rd down and 8. Collins, 3 receivers in the pattern. Throws outside. Perfectly delivered for Titus Mokiao Adimalala. Very clean game for Ricky Collins. He's throwing a very accurate ball. Now a screen on the outside for Hawkins. Getting 6. Handoff, and there's running room. Another first down. Bo Jackson now is going to get into the game. And we'll even up the tight ends and run a counter now. Bo! That's set up nicely. First down, Arkansas State. Some teams are just good enough to call inside zone over and over again. We're not one of those teams. So we got to mix up our calls. Here's just a nicely executed counter. Thankfully, Fricks throws that block. It's a critical one. Good job by Woods out in front. 2nd down. Collins is going for it all now. Caught by Aiden Williams. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Just the right time for a play like that. They're selling out. It's one-on-one. And we got the advantage there on the outside. Another beautiful pass from Ricky Collins, who just hasn't made a mistake yet. 5 minutes from closing this one out. It's 36-13. That was a great drive. One of our best all season. Handling the blitz. Got it to the open man, Marquise Davis. Here's a run. Davis is going to slip the tackle, though, and get across the 50. Pressure getting there, and it's a sack. Quincy Wright has a 3-sack game. That's the 2nd time he's achieved that this season. Pushing for the Sun Belt lead. 4th down and 8 for a chance and a conversion. But they've already lost 2 minutes on the drive. Quick throw. It's reeled in. Mojo Dortch. I really thought that he was going to be more of a problem in this game. 2 fullbacks. Someone called not the expert. He's going to love this. First down. They just really want you to know that Quincy Wright has bruised ribs right now. It's not going away. There we go. 4th down, Troy. And they've got to go inside the 10. Pressure's making that a problem. Incomplete. Gory on the coverage. What a performance from Arkansas State. One of our most complete games of the series. 36-13 is the final. A comfortable win that we never trailed in. I don't think that the game plan here is going to be able to be duplicated against any opponent, but this was a really good game. I identified their weakness. We attacked it relentlessly. And then Ricky Collins, when it was time to throw, how good was he? Collins was money, completing 80% of his passes. I don't think there was a single off-target throw. 435 yards to 255. I want to see the time of possession. Actually, not that much of an advantage there, but we did control the ball. We're much more efficient. 5 yards per run, whereas Troy was barely over 1. And they did take a lot of sacks in this game. Kilcrease, 20 of 29. And really couldn't get anything going early in the game. Most of that was after they had fallen behind. And then the running game just could not get off the ground. But Ricky Collins was 21 of 25 passing, as Bo Jackson goes 17 carries for 121, Hawkins 15 carries for 62, and then we get D'Angelo Cooks 5 carries. That left a lot less to be spread around in the passing game. Thomas had 6 catches and a touchdown. I guess not 2 touchdowns today. Why'd I think he had 2? Williams had 1. Clement had 4 catches this time. Great episode for him. And yeah, I thought Jaden Hartz looked really good. Gabe Fortson as well. They dominated these freshman defensive tackles. Then we had 5 sacks as a defense. A lot of XP for that week. And given we had a couple players in attendance, I think that we're going to have a chance at finally adding to the Year 2 recruiting class. Let's take a look. Welcome aboard Dylan Boykins. That was a big one. He's a gem right tackle who was visiting. And we get David Asper. Thank you. That battle was kind of looking iffy. So Boykins picks us over rivals Memphis, who he had visited the week before. Asper picks us over Northern Illinois before he can even go on that extra visit. As expected, Hugh Souls has picked Georgia Southern. For Trevor Love, we're going to have to work harder. Right now, we're not doing nearly enough compared to Appalachian State. So the board is going to be changing quite a bit. Maybe 2 more weeks away from a Pierre Shembo decision. We are still getting more progress than Colorado on DeMar Alba. So maybe we're still okay there. If we wanted to set up a visit, that's probably a good idea. Week 12 against South Alabama. We'll tell him all about the playing time that he's going to be able to get. And then Stephen Harris, still just the one offer from us. And I hope that is a complimentary visit now, not a competitive one. Oh, it is competitive because they're both receivers. Okay, I get that. So then I'm not sure if it's still a net positive to do that for Alba. If we win, I would imagine so. But I'll have to reshape the board then as we prepare for the final stretch then in recruiting. We still have 6 players here. I'll look for 4 more that makes sense for focus. And checking on the recruiting classes here in the Sun Belt, no one has a 4-star player yet, but Troy has 7 3s. They're off to a really strong start in recruiting. That was an important second conference victory. We already have 2 conference losses, while Southern Miss has none. So the goal of making it to the conference championship game relies on us beating them and getting some help. And that's who we run into after our next game against Louisiana Monroe. And I don't think that before this win, this was a streaming game, I believe is what that icon means. So maybe the good performance now has extra attention on this game, and maybe a good performance there could have extra attention here. Southern Miss just took care of business against ULM 35-10, although it wasn't lopsided until the very end of the game. Camario Taylor, 2 touchdowns and only 44% completion percentage. Rich Bellin for the Warhawks, a freshman, threw 2 interceptions. Louisiana Tech also continued their hot streak. They moved to 5-2 in their first Sun Belt season with their win over South Alabama. Blake Baker now with 20 touchdown passes to lead the conference. The lead runner is Marquise Davis, but he really did not do much against us at all. Bo Jackson now closing the gap. He moves into 3rd. Tyshawn Chapman is over 1,100 yards receiving. Jalen Mickens is in 2nd. And the sack leader is Popeye Williams with 11. Quincy Wright now has 8. He's in 2nd place. Ricky Collins now is at 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. A pretty good episode for him all around. And then Bo Jackson now 5.9 yards per attempt. Cedric Hawkins only at 3.3. Running back depth is a priority looking ahead to next year. Hudson Clement has now become the leading receiver thanks to his Big 10 catch game he just had against Louisiana Tech. 1 more yard than Aiden Williams. Didn't feel like outside of Quincy Wright there were a lot of defensive linemen getting sacks today. We had a couple successful blitzes, but he's far and away the most impactful pass rusher. And still not getting very many interceptions. We only had 4 a year ago, 2 here this season. But that will end this episode here in the Arkansas State Dynasty. Hope you all are enjoying the action. That was a fun episode. We had some really good games today. And I will see you all in the next one as we try to get closer to bowl eligibility. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.